This is the fifth video lecture of electrostatics. Today we will discuss about the Gauss theorem and its applications. Before that, we discuss the Coulomb's law, electric field, and numericals based on the Coulomb's law and electric field. This is the new topic, Gauss theorem and its application. Before studying this Gauss theorem, we'll discuss about the electric flux. What is the electric flux? Electric flux means the number of electric line of force electric lines of force passing perpendicular to the surface. Number of electric line of force passing perpendicular to the surface, normally to the surface, we can say. So what is the electric line of force? Electric line of force we discussed earlier. Electric line of force means the imaginary line drawn around the charge in such a way that if positive test charge placed in an electric field, a path followed by the positive test charge in an electric field, that is a electric line of force, electric field lines. So it is a imaginary representation of the electric line of force. So just we recap, if there is a positive charge, then it is denoted by away from the charge. Negative charge, it is denoted by toward the charge, if for the dipole or for the same charges. All this we discussed earlier. So number of this line of force passes from the positive charge to the negative charge. जहाँ ज़्यादा crowded है वहाँ electric field क्या है, stronger है. So this number of electric line of force passing perpendicular to the surface. Suppose that this is the direction of the electric field. Uniform electric field shows the parallel lines having an equal spacing E. This is the electric field E. This is the suppose positive to negative. In this way it denoted electric field. In that electric field, any area is a place. Suppose this is the area element which is a place in this electric field. Now this number of line of force passes through this surface. Number of electric line of force passing perpendicular to the surface. ये surface का ये perpendicular हो गया. इस direction में कितना electric line of force जाता है, this known as a flux. अगर हर बार ये एक जैसा नहीं गया, ये टर्न हो गया तो परपेंडिकुलर कहाँ जाएगा? परपेंडिकुलर टू द सरफेस विल बी अलोंग दिस डायरेक्शन, ये डायरेक्शन में जाएगा. इट विल मेक द सर्टेन एंगल इन दिस वे. सपोज दिस है परपेंडिकुलर टू द सरफेस इन दिस वे, एंड दिस परपेंडिकुलर टू द सरफेस मेक्स एन एंगल theta with the direction of E. This is the direction of E and this is the angle theta. This is perpendicular to the surface, and along this theta angle it is a E cos theta. It will be a E cos theta. So when surface is placed inside the electric field, number of electric line of force passes normally to the surface along this direction, this known as a electric flux. So electric flux denoted by phi, this letter is known as a phi, equal to, this we can write phi E sub x matlab electric flux phi equal to perpendicular to the surface, electric flux phi equal to this normal component of E and surface area. We can write this as a normal component of E into surface area. This surface area, suppose this is the surface area of this surface is a length into breadth. So surface area, the flux phi equal to normal component, this is the perpendicular, means normal component is a E cos theta and surface area is a. So this will be a EA cos of theta, EA cos of theta. So phi E is equal to E dot A. This is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity. So total flux over any surface, either it is a closed or open, it is denoted by flux over the closed surface or open surface. This is a closed surface equal to E ds. Phi is equal to integration of closed over the closed surface E ds. It is a scalar quantity. What is the unit? Then SI unit of this is a flux is E. E is a electric field, unit of electric field, it is a Newton per coulomb, and area, it is a meter square. So unit we can say Newton meter square per coulomb. This is the unit of a electric flux. So what is the electric flux? Number of electric line of force passes normally to the surface, this is known as a electric flux. This is important in a Gauss theorem. So first you understand this, what is the flux? Number of electric line of force passing perpendicular to the surface, this known as a electric flux. So electric flux equal to normal component of E, electric field का normal component, normal मतलब normal to the surface. This is the surface which is a place inside the electric field. Normal component of electric field and surface area. Area of this surface is A. So this is E cos theta into A, EA cos theta. So this is the vector scalar quantity. So this flux is equal to E dot E. If there is a closed surface, electric flux equal to integration of a closed surface E ds, and unit of the flux equal to unit of a E and unit of a area. So this is the electric flux. Then what is the Gauss theorem? Gauss theorem. Gauss theorem, it is a relation between the charge and flux. This is a relation between, we can write this is it is a Gauss theorem, it is a relation between charge Q and flux, electric flux. This relation is known as a Gauss theorem. This is a general statement of the Gauss theorem is a total electric flux over a closed surface is equal to 1 by epsilon naught. This is the permittivity in free space we discussed earlier. 1 by epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed in that surface. We can write this is a phi total electric flux over the closed surface EDS equal to Q times of a total charge enclosed Q divided by epsilon naught. So this is the expression, mathematical expression for the Gauss theorem. So Gauss theorem is a relation between the flux, electric flux and charge. So this relation is stated in the form of total flux over the closed surface. Total flux over a closed surface is equal to, so 1 by epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed in that surface. 1 by epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed in that surface. This is known as a Gauss theorem. Then we have to write the proof for this Gauss theorem. Proof. The Gauss theorem is proved using considering if charge enclosed in a sphere. This is a sphere. Charge is enclosed in this sphere which having a radius r, and this is the one surface element, suppose ds. So electric field at this point P, we can take this as small r radius. So charge, this positive charge enclosed, this is the proof, we are deriving the proof of this theorem. So consider a positive charge placed at the center of sphere of radius r, and P is a point over the surface of the sphere, and at that point we have to find the electric field. So electric field due to this charge at point P is E equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square, and it is a direction is a outward, away from the positive charge. Direction is a outward. So this way, this is the direction of a E. We can write this is the direction of a E, which is a outward direction. And what about the surface element sphere having a completely curved surface and perpendicular to the surface? It is also the same direction. This is a ds. So we can write E ds. This angle between them is a 0. So there is an integration of a E ds. This equal to electric field E is a constant over the sphere. This completely sphere having a equal radius. The curved surface सभी के ऊपर इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड क्या रहेगा, कांस्टेंट रहेगा, इसलिए ये बाहर लिया और इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ ए ओवर दी सरफेस, टोटल सरफेस एरिया ऑफ दिस ये. तो ये द वैल्यू ऑफ ई वी कैन सब्स्टिट्यूट हियर 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square, and for this term we can write a total surface area of sphere. The surface area of the sphere, so phi E equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square. This is the value of electric field, and this is the A, total area of a sphere, surface area pi r square. This pi get cancelled, r will get cancelled, then electric flux E is equal to Q divided by epsilon naught. This is the proof of a Gauss theorem. It is very easy. So this is the proof of a Gauss theorem. So it is a relation between flux and charge. Now how this next we can discuss Coulomb's law derived from the Gauss theorem. Derivation of a Coulomb's law from Gauss theorem. Expression of a Coulomb's law from the, we can write this deduction of Coulomb's law from Gauss theorem. Deduction of a Coulomb's law from Gauss theorem. So the Gauss theorem derive the Coulomb's law from the Gauss theorem. Again, considering a closed positive charge Q is a small positive charge enclosed in a sphere, or this is a closed Gaussian surface. This is known as the imaginary sphere drawn around the charge. This is known as a, or hypothetical sphere is a drawn around the charge, so it becomes a closed surface. This is imaginary surface drawn around this, which having a radius is a, suppose this is a small r, and again P is a point over the surface of this sphere, and electric field at that point E is equal to, again we can write 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by R square. So this Q is a positive charge, and this is the imaginary Gaussian surface. Sphere is drawn around the charge to enclose the charge, so this becomes a closed Gaussian surface. This is a hypothetical or imaginary sphere is a drawn, sphere or any shape is a drawn around the charge, so it will be become a closed surface. This is known as the imaginary Gaussian surface. So electric field at this point P, due to this charge, point charge, E is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into R square, and it is a outward. This is the direction of E. This is the direction of a E. Again, according to Gauss theorem, electric flux E equal to EDS Q divided by epsilon naught equal to E closed surface ds equal to Q divided by epsilon naught. So E into this surface area of the sphere, it is a 4 pi r square equal to Q divided by epsilon naught. So E equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by r square. This is the electric field. Directly we can write, or as which is derived in the derivation of proof of a Gauss theorem. Similarly, this is electric field due, this is a charge Q, E is equal to, this is a, suppose a test charge Q naught is placed at a point P. P की जगह एक टेस्ट चार्ज रखेंगे, this Q naught. So what will be the force experienced by this test charge due to this electric field? A electric field के वजह से ये टेस्ट चार्ज क्या force experience करेगा? That force experienced by the test charge, the force experienced by a test charge F is equal to Q naught into E. दिस इज द फोर्स एक्सपेरियंस, ये पहले हमने पढ़ा है. तो ये इसका वैल्यू रखते हैं ई का, तो एफ इक्वल टू ई का वैल्यू क्या है 1 डिवाइड बाई 4 पाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट क्यू डिवाइड बाई क्यू नॉट आर स्क्वेयर, ई का वैल्यू रखा और ये क्यू नॉट यहाँ आ गया. सो व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज द कूलम्स लॉ. दिस इज ए Coulomb's law derived from the Gauss theorem. This is a statement of Gauss theorem. Using this, first we find out the electric field, then a test charge, positive test charge placed at a point P. The force experienced by positive test charge due to this electric field, F is equal to Q naught into E. Substituting value of the E from this relation, F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q divided by Q naught divided by R square. This is the Coulomb's law, which is a derived from the Coulomb's law, which is derived from the Gauss theorem. Then I hope you understood all these things. Now we can discuss the some application of the Gauss theorem. The applications are, first, application of a Gauss theorem. Electric field application of Gauss theorem. First application, electric field due to infinite long charged wire. Infinite long charged wire. So electric field due to the infinite long charged wire. Consider this is a wire. Consider this wire having a, suppose length is a L. The length of the wire is a L, and which having a charge over this charge is uniformly distributed, and charge, this line charge, because the charge is a place over the line, so line charge density, line charge density is a lambda. Length of the wire is L, and charge is uniformly distributed. ये जो वायर है इसके ऊपर ये चार्ज है, इसकी वजह से कितना इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड प्रोड्यूस होगा वो हमें यहाँ कैलकुलेट करना है और इसका फाइंड आउट करना है. सो टू फाइंड आउट द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड या इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स ड्यू टू द एनी चार्ज सरफेस, वी हैव टू make the closed Gaussian surface. So charge, जैसे there is a point charge, if there is a point charge we can enclose it in a sphere, but it is a line, charge is distributed over the line. So to enclose this charge we consider this imaginary Gaussian surface, which is denoted by this dotted lines. Imaginary Gaussian surface, it is a cylindrical, or it is a cylinder, so that all charges will be enclosed inside the cylinder. This is the cylinder, yeah, or length is a L, already it is a denoted here. So we have to use the Gauss theorem to find out the electric field E due to this. So what is the Gauss theorem? According to the Gauss theorem, flux E this closed surface EDS equal to Q divided by epsilon naught, or we can just like total charge Q divided by epsilon naught. This is the Gauss theorem. Now, what is the surface? The cylinder has three surfaces. Cylinder has three surfaces. So this is the cylinder. It has a three surfaces. One this curved surface. Another the second is this surface, this plane, and this another is a third surface. It has a three surfaces. One, this is the curved surface. This is a second or a third surface. It has a three surfaces because the term ds it has a surface element. तो तीन surface इसके, ये कर्व सरफेस, ये साइड का और ये साइड का, तीन सरफेस होता है. अगर ये तीन सरफेस है तो इसका सरफेस एलिमेंट कैसा आएगा? ये सरफेस के लिए दिस विल बी ds परपेंडिकुलर टू द सरफेस, और ये सरफेस के लिए इसका परपेंडिकुलर टू सरफेस ds यहाँ जाएगा. और ये जो कर्व सरफेस है इसका परपेंडिकुलर कैसा रहेगा? यहाँ ये परपेंडिकुलर रहेगा. अगर दूसरा पॉइंट देखेंगे तो यहाँ ये परपेंडिकुलर रहेगा. तीसरा पॉइंट देखिए यहाँ परपेंडिकुलर रहेगा, यहाँ ये रहेगा. इस तरीके से हमेशा परपेंडिकुलर. तो ये परपेंडिकुलर सरफेस फॉर द कर्व इट इज अलोंग दिस टाइप. सपोज दिस मैंने एक सरफेस कंसिडर किया तो ये इसके लिए सरफेस ds इस डायरेक्शन में रहेगा परपेंडिकुलर टू दिस सरफेस. और ये जो चार्ज है, कौन सा चार्ज है? पॉजिटिव है. तो इसका इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का डायरेक्शन कैसा रहता है? तो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का डायरेक्शन जस्ट याद करो कैसा रहता है? अवे फ्रॉम द चार्ज. कैसे रहता है? अवे फ्रॉम द चार्ज. सो कर्व सरफेस देखेंगे तो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का डायरेक्शन E ऐसा रहेगा. यहाँ भी देखेंगे तो E ऐसा रहेगा. यहाँ भी देखेंगे तो ये भी यहाँ E ऐसा रहेगा. और इसके लिए भी यहाँ करते देखते हैं तो डायरेक्शन ऑफ E अलोंग दिस डायरेक्शन. अगर सरफेस एलिमेंट यहाँ दिखाते हैं ds, और तो इसका E इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का डायरेक्शन, दिस इज द डायरेक्शन ऑफ ए E. सो एंगल बिटवीन दिस E एंड D इज 90 डिग्री. यहाँ कितना रहेगा? 90. और यहाँ देखो ये जो कर्व सरफेस है, हर जगह ये कर्व सरफेस के ऊपर ds एलिमेंट है जो परपेंडिकुलर टू द सरफेस है, और ये जो लाइन चार्ज है वो इनसाइड है. तो यहाँ से जो सभी जगह इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड भी कैसे रहेगा? इसी डायरेक्शन में रहेगा. सो ds एंड E द एंगल बिटवीन द एंगल बिटवीन ds and E for curve surface of cylinder. सिलेंडर का अगर कर्व सरफेस देखेंगे दिस इक्वल टू थीटा इक्वल टू क्या रहेगा? 0. बट व्हाट अबाउट दिस इज द टू प्लेन सरफेस, टू प्लेन surfaces. For the two plane surfaces, ds and E थीटा इक्वल टू 90 डिग्री. कितना रहेगा? ये 90 रहेगा. तो ये इस तरीके, मतलब ये दोनों यहाँ रहेगा परपेंडिकुलर टू सरफेस ds इस डायरेक्शन में, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इस डायरेक्शन में. अगर इसमें ठीक से दिखाएंगे तो इस तरीके से रहेगा. दिस इज ए डायरेक्शन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड, और ये डायरेक्शन ऑफ द सरफेस ये, और ये डायरेक्शन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का डायरेक्शन हमेशा पॉजिटिव चार्ज से अवे रहता है, तो ये एंगल हो गया दोनों में 90. यहाँ देखो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड और सरफेस एलिमेंट बोथ आर इन द सेम डायरेक्शन. एवरी पॉइंट ओवर द कर्व सरफेस, हर जगह ये क्या रहेगा? सेम रहेगा, मतलब आउटवर्ड. थीटा इज 0. नाउ वी कैन यूज द गॉस थ्योरम फॉर द सिंप्लीफिकेशन. तो गॉस थ्योरम phi E equal to integration E ds over the closed surface equal to total charge q divided by epsilon naught. Okay, look at here. E, this is the electric field E is uniform or constant, और ये this is the ds equal to total charge density कितना है? This charge density is a lambda. This is the charge density is a lambda. And length कितना है? ये. So total charge q equal to क्या आएगा? Lambda into L, density into length. So we can write this is a lambda divided by L into epsilon naught. So curved surface of cylinder, the curved surface of cylinder, it is a, this is equal to E into the surface area, कौन सा? Curved surface area of cylinder equal to lambda L divided by epsilon naught. So E equal to curved surface area क्या आता है? 2 pi r into L. 2 pi r circumference into the length equal to lambda into L divided by epsilon naught. This lambda get cancelled. So E equal to lambda divided by 2 pi epsilon naught, ये दोनों, और क्या गया फिर? Divide into R. So here E is a inversely proportional with this R. This is the expression for a electric field. This is the expression for the electric field due to infinitely long charge of charge density lambda. This is the straight wire or accumulated the charge q, total charge equal to charge density into length. This is the total charge, and this charge we have to apply the Gauss theorem. So this charge is enclosed. We have to enclose this charge in a hypothetical Gaussian medium. So this is enclosed in a Gaussian medium, is a Gaussian medium, not a medium, Gaussian surface. So it is a cylinder. This charge is possible to enclose in inside the cylinder, having a equidistance, सभी जगह equal distance रहेगा, wire अंदर center से. तो direction of E कहाँ रहेगा? Away from the charge, and it cylinder has a 3 surface area. तो perpendicular to surface this ds electric field, ये direction में ये 90 हो गया, यहाँ 90 हो गया, तो cos 90 क्या होगा? 0 रहेगा. So electric field, total electric field over this 3 surfaces, out of this 2, ये और ये surface में electric field क्या रहेगा? This is a electric flux will be a 0 because EDS equal to, or we can write this EDS is scalar. So E into ds cos of a क्या होगा? 90. So both for this 2 surfaces it will become this will be a 0. So this only this electric field is taken over the curved part, not taken to the 2 ends of the cylinder. Understood it? And this electric field E due to this electric field due to the infinite long charge wire, E equal to lambda 2 pi epsilon naught R. Lambda divided by 2 pi epsilon naught R. This is the derivation. Okay, thank you.